That's $102 million in Frederick County, Virginia. I hope that you will join me in welcoming Navy Federal CEO Cutler Dawson and the Vice Chair of the Frederick County Board of Supervisors, Gene Fisher, who are here with us tonight to celebrate that major victory for the Commonwealth. And as you can imagine, I am very pleased that we beat out the state of Florida for this important project. Got sharks in their water and everything down there. Forget it. Bringing new products like this one to Virginia is critically important. In fact, I just took the red eye back after 2 days of business outreach in California. And we are closing in on bringing thousands of new jobs and billions of new investment to Virginia, which we will begin to announce in the next month. But we also need to build a lasting infrastructure that will generate even more jobs and economic activity for generations to come. And working together, we are doing just that. Last year, we passed a budget that invested more than $1 billion in public education, the highest level in Virginia history. We are transforming our K-12 system to prepare students for the jobs of the 21st century, with a particular emphasis on modernizing the SOLs and how we deliver high school education. I want to recognize Delegate Tad Greason and the late Senator John Miller for their partnership in transforming our Commonwealth's education system. Thank you guys for clapping for TAG. Thanks to the leadership of our First Lady, we are connecting more students with the nutrition that they need to thrive in the classroom and to grow healthy minds and bodies. Virginia students are hungry to learn, but they cannot learn if they're just plain hungry. That is why I am so proud that last year alone, Virginia schools served 5 million more school breakfasts than the last year before, and I thank you, Dorothy, for your effort. That success would not be possible without leaders who recognize that strong, accessible nutrition programs are essential to a quality education. Dr. Scott Brabrand is one of those leaders. As superintendent of the Lynchburg City Schools, Dr. Brabrand helped oversee a 20% increase in school breakfast participation in just 1 year, adding 550 students to the program. He has also thrown his support behind after-school and summer meal programs to help ensure that more than 6,000 students who rely on school meals do not go hungry when classes end. Let us welcome Scott here this evening and thank him for his leadership on behalf of his students. Over several sessions, we have reformed Virginia's workforce development system and incentivized institutions and students to complete degrees and credentials in high-demand industries. And this work comes at a very critical time. Virginia is very unique. Our problem is not that we don't have high-paying jobs available. It's that we don't have the trained workers to fill those jobs. Last year, Virginia saw 149,000 jobs open in the technology sector alone. And today, we have 36,000 cyber jobs open. Parents who are watching tonight, listen to me. The average starting pay for these jobs is $88,000. Our mission, all of us in this chamber, is to prepare students with the skill sets they need to fill these jobs so they can lead our economy into the future. We have helped veterans get into the private workforce faster by offering workforce credit for military training. We expanded the Virginia Values Program to help more than 20,000 veterans find work. We funded the opening of 2 new veteran care centers so that Virginia men and women who have served in uniform no longer have to wait for the federal government to get its act together to get the health care that they need. If they won't do it, we will do it for our Virginia veterans. We launched Healthy Virginia to extend services to 10,000 Virginians with serious mental illness and help 378,000 Virginians access health insurance through the Affordable Care Act. We took great strides forward on transportation, undertaking significant projects in high-traffic corridors across Virginia, like I-95, I-64, and I-66. We passed the smart-scale prioritization process so that decisions are now based on data about the benefits that our taxpayers will receive for the economy, not on backroom deal-making. After several disastrous public-private partnership deals that cost Virginians hundreds of millions of dollars, we have transformed the process and brought a taxpayer-first approach to negotiating these important deals. The results of our efforts are clear. If we had followed the old process, the I-66 outside the Beltway project I just announced would have cost taxpayers $1 billion. However, by reforming our system and strengthening how we negotiate, the final deal will not require Virginians to invest one single dollar. And the winning consortium, think about this. They've agreed to include an additional $800 million in transit improvements, $350 million in corridor improvements. And when we go to financial close, they are going to write the Commonwealth a check for $500 million. Our reforms and leadership resulted in a $2.5 billion turnaround on this project alone. We won a $165 million federal grant for the $1.4 billion Atlantic Gateway project, which will unlock travel and commerce on road and rail all across the Commonwealth. We returned the Port of Virginia to financial solvency and made record investments to position our Commonwealth as a leader in global trade for generations to come. As a result, the port, which had suffered 7 straight years of operating losses, and was once unwisely put up for sale, is now profitable and leading the nation in import volume growth. We ensured a bright future for private spaceflight in Virginia by strengthening the Mars spaceport. Thank you, Linwood. We left from the back of the pack on cybersecurity, bioscience, autonomous vehicles, and renewable energy to now becoming a national leader in these cutting-edge industries. I'm particularly proud of the work that we have all done together working on cybersecurity. This is a critical issue for the Commonwealth. Last year in Virginia, we experienced 70 million cyber attacks. That is 1 every 4 seconds. We have a responsibility to protect our data, from cyber criminals and to realize the economic opportunity that this industry presents. As chairman of the National